Hey guys, welcome back to another Doing It Russ. It's been nearly, I don't know, 2.5 years since I posted my last video. And my last video was a video talking about how I was selling my R1T and why. I'm about to share something a little crazy with you. And I hope you guys will come along for the ride with me. As you can see, I've got Rivian back up on my screen here. I am about to update you guys on what I've been doing and what I'm about to do. Let's do it. All right, so for the last 2.5 years, I have been in two cars. As you guys saw in my last video, I had a Dodge Ram 1500 for a while. Yeah, honestly, we loved the truck, would still have the truck. It just doesn't make sense for our family to have a gas-powered vehicle with electric. We have solar panels on the roof, as I mentioned in that last video. And I honestly love driving an electric vehicle. So I just love the room of the Ram 1500. Now, some of you would be like, hey, so you're going to get into the Ram Charger. I'm not sure I really am ready to take the journey with Ram just yet on that vehicle, but it may be something we would be considering in the future. It wasn't too long after I got that I got myself into a Model Y. Now, this video isn't a political video. I really don't care where people's stances are, but our family has decided that we're going to get rid of the Model Y and we're going to get ourselves into a little bigger SUV. We are going back to Rivian, and I want to take you guys through the process of getting a used Rivian and what I've done. Now, I've debated going back and forth between a new R1S or a used R1S, and just based off of the features that I'm looking for and the cost of these are still very expensive vehicles. We are going to go the used route. And honestly, I don't see a lot of videos out there on what the process looks like. What is the car shape when you get them in the used condition through Rivian. Now, obviously, you can get out there and get on a lot of different car shopping sites and find used Rivians across the board. But I will tell you, they go fast. And although purchasing new doesn't hold a lot of value, they still are holding the value in the used market. At least they're still pretty expensive. I mean, you can find some pretty decent ones, but if you look in one that's going to hold a warranty for some time, you're gonna still pay quite a bit of money for these used vehicles. So I want to take you guys through that. First, let's head out to the garage. I'll show you what I've been driving, what I've done to the vehicle. All right, let's head out in the garage and let's take a look. So one thing that you guys will know is I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about stuff you already know about, but what I ended up doing is getting a long-range Model Y. So one of the things that I felt like is just super easy, reliable. Teslas have been a pretty reliable and easy using vehicle, and for our family I felt like this would be a pretty good size. There are a couple things that I have noticed and I have done to it, and I'll walk you through some of those changes that I've made. But one of the first things that I did is, so I did get just the normal wheels. I just wanted better range and I wanted a little smoother drive. I could have easily got the sport wheels. I think they look nice. But one of the first things that I did was went online and bought these hubcaps. And of course, I did hit a curb one night. So I ended up getting a couple more. Actually, there's a couple stacks under there too. And actually I had two different styles. And I think just these wheels with these hubcaps, because they're interchangeable, make it super easy to just change up the style a little bit if you want to. But obviously I went with the gray. And another change that I made is I went to Twraps and I picked up these dark out shades for the lights. Now I did all of them. So I did your tail lights, and I'll put the darkness in the description below. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I just like the way this looked. Just darkened it up just a little bit. One of the things that I did up front is I did the front lights as well. Now these are a little bit more difficult to do, especially if you're gonna install these when it's a little colder out. And in the Midwest, when I put these on, they were a little colder. So a couple areas, they look pretty good right now, and you probably can't see that very well in this light. I'll have to pull it out of the garage to have you guys see that, so hang tight. All right, I got it out in the light. One thing that I wanted to show you with these Twraps for the headlights, I did mess up on this one. As you guys can probably see right here, I got a little lip, and I did have to make a cut in this one. But overall, the rest of the areas went on pretty good. No real bubbles. One of the other things that I did with my Model Y, and I also did with the R1T, is I put PPF on this. So I DIY'd it, and believe it or not, the first time it was okay putting it on, but I think having two people would be much easier. So a couple areas around here and in here maybe didn't connect as well, but overall I thought, you know, for the first time putting on, went pretty well. I also darkened out my Tesla logos, and actually in the back, on the back side of the car, you can see it's actually really dirty. I did this here, and I took off the dual motor. I mean, I don't know why people need to know it's a dual motor. We're kind of beyond that. A couple other things that I changed. Let's get inside of the vehicle. So I thought a really cool thing that I found online was these inlays, these black inlays. And so they were pretty easy to do. They just have a backside of sticky on them, and you just put them in place. But I think it actually makes the car look much cleaner and a better overall look. So as you can see, I actually did that on the dash as well, and over here. So that actually, to me, looks like a better conforming look than the wood that's on there. Although I know a lot of cars, even the Rivian, does the wood on the dash. I just really prefer the black. If you're going to do black, just keep it all black. That brown wood on the inside just seemed like it was a little odd. So a couple things that I've already pulled out of the car in prep for my next car is I did pull out most of the floor mats. I did keep this one in, and you can see here, in the Midwest, we've actually had a lot of salt. I'll put in the description below what floor mats these are, but these mats have done an amazing job. I need to obviously get it cleaned, but I had them in the front, the back, obviously, and the frunk and the trunk as well. We got the separations here. I actually had one in here as well. These are all just normal things I think most people would pick up. I actually had under the seat storage under here as well, which I felt like was a pretty cool thing to have, just to add that additional storage. All right, so one of the reasons why we're also considering the R1S is just size. I think overall one of the things that I struggled with the R1T is that back seat was a little tight when you have two adults in the front and you have a kid car seat. Now I want to show you the same thing that's going on with the Model Y, and I want to show you one of the features that I really do like about the Model Y that makes things a little easier. But take a look at this. So when there's a car seat in and we have the seat back for an adult, that makes this leg room really tough. All right, so I'm going to have my daughter Charlie get in the car. Go ahead and get in. Okay, and get in your seat. And so she does have a bunch of leg room here, but it is pretty tight. And so that R1S is going to give us just a little bit more play in the back that we're looking for. So one of the other things that I picked up that most people probably don't have in their Model Y is I found this plastic piece right here that you can put down to keep this carpet area. Normally it's just carpet right there. As you can see, she steps on that to get in and out of the vehicle. And as you can see, I haven't cleaned this in a little while, so please be nice to me. But yeah, this has actually helped. So I can actually pull this piece out, clean it, or clean it as is. All right, so I want to show you one of the features that I really do like about the Model Y. And this is when I'm picking up my daughter from school. If we were to look and see, Charlie. So as you can see, that's pretty tight right there for her to try to get in. So the Model Y actually has this seat feature. So if you go under seats, I can actually move that seat forward. So when we're picking her up from school, she can get in. She has as much room as she needs. That seat is forward, and it makes just life a little bit easier. So thank you, Tesla, for that feature. All right, so to just wrap things up, I did want to add overall my experience with my Model Y, which has been really pretty good. Over, I'd say the year and a half that I've had it, I have actually had the opportunity to do the full self-driving a couple times, just to kind of experience that. And that's been fun and interesting for sure. It's been getting better over time, but I am somebody who just enjoys driving my own vehicle, so it's not something that I would really use on a regular basis nor pay for. Again, the car itself has been really reliable. Using the Tesla supercharging network obviously is super reliable too, so the overall experience has been really good, and I've had almost no issues with the vehicle whatsoever, which is exactly what you're hoping for. I will say here recently there's been one issue that I've been running into, and reading some forums and seeing other people have had this as well. When parked at home, the vehicle doesn't want to go to sleep for whatever reason, and often takes me to come out maybe 3 or 4 times, open and shut the door. I've done soft resets on it as well, where the radio will still play or Spotify will be playing, or the heat will still be running, and it just isn't triggering. So I don't know if that's a Wi-Fi issue. It just keeps picking up and dropping the Wi-Fi or whatever it is, but that's really the only problem that I've had owning the Model Y thus far. With that being said, I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit. My upcoming video will be about my experience purchasing a used Rivian R1S from Rivian Direct, and what that experience is like. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys on the next one.